edition of Diva Diorama, we'll be looking at the new Miniverse Make It Mini Honeydukes Trolley. This set was just recently released in stores. According to the box, it contains 50 pieces that will allow you to build your own trolley. This is what the trolley looks like when it's completed, but the set comes with all of this cool stuff here. I did purchase mine online from Miniverse, but I recently saw that it's available at Target. Here's what the back of the box looks like. So much adorableness. The Honeydukes series has been one of my favorite new Miniverse releases. So I'm pretty excited to open this. The first thing I pulled out is a piece of cardboard, which appears to be just fill in the space. Second thing I'm pulling out here is a blister pack with this packet of paper items. This blister pack says Honeydukes, Legendary Wizarding Sweet Shop, Hogsmeade. And then the last item is the blister pack with all of those goodies in it. Wow, look at that. First of all, I have to say that the packaging for this set is really gorgeous. The graphics and how it's packaged is really neat. So here's a closer look at the items in the window of the box here. In this top area, there's a bunch of little packages. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. And then we've got a nozzle and tweezers in there, it looks like. So let's go in and check out this packet first. This is our Read Me First. It looks like it's in the same format as the capsule Read Me First, but it's just been folded in half instead of accordion style. So it's in 3 languages, and it includes information again about wearing gloves and how to play with resin, and also how to form the little boxes and how to make the mini food items that came with the set. This piece appears to be an envelope that is sealed with a Honeydukes seal here. So it folds out like that. This is an advertisement for the Miniverse Honeydukes collection. And so then opening it up, here we have our instructions for the trolley. So we'll keep that open. So the blister pack that was attached to this pamphlet must be our trolley pieces. So I'm just going to open it along the perforation here. So here are the pieces to our trolley. So our first instruction looks like it's a decal, and we're going to remove the decal and then stick it on one of the pieces, burnish it down onto that piece, and then remove the clear acetate from the decal. It appears that this is the piece. I don't know if I see the decal anywhere. I'm not sure where the decal is supposed to be.
We interrupt this program with a message from our sponsors. Oops, this channel has no sponsors.
Oh no, how does a viewer support the channel?
Good news, Miniacs! You can check out Diva Diorama on Etsy, where you'll find some of the unique minis you see in our videos, including this Honeydukes inspired cabinet. If you spot something you love, grabbing it from our Etsy shop is a great way to support the channel. But if shopping is not your thing, or it's not in the budget, not to worry, Miniacs. There are other ways to help keep this channel going strong without spending a dime. That's right! Simply liking the video, sharing it with a friend, leaving a comment, and subscribing are all free and makes a world of difference. Every bit of support, big and mini, means so much and helps us continue to create content you enjoy.
Back to the minis.
Okay, your Honeydukes trolley decal is going to be in this little bag with all of the paper products here. I'm going to remove it from the paper backing. This is so cool. Horizontally, it appears to be the right size, and then vertically, something along those lines. So for the horizontal placement, I'm just using either end of the acetate here as a guide, and I'm lining it up with the piece. And for the center placement, it appears as if the top part of the acetate lined up with the piece. I'm gonna go ahead and burnish that down. Wow, this is so neat. So I guess it sort of works as like a rub-on transfer, but it also feels like it has dimension to it. So it feels like vinyl or something on there. So I'm pulling up the acetate here. My H is kind of lifting off, so I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with rubbing this on. I'm going to use this popsicle stick to burnish the letters onto the plastic. Hopefully that'll help it adhere a bit better. That seems quite a bit more secure now. And we're able to remove the plastic. How cool. Oh man, that is so neat. So we've got our first 3 instructions done. Oh, okay. And then here we have another 1 to 3 here. And I'm gonna grab this long piece here. So that appears to be one of these pieces here. I believe it's this piece. I'm gonna grab these 3 other pieces here, this A, B, and C. So that looks like it's here. The instructions indicate that there's little letters marked on these pieces. So here's part number C, and here's part number A, and then this is part number B. So we've got the axle going through that piece. So I'm going to position my piece this way, and it looks like we make piece A with these parts facing outward. So we press that into there. Okay, that was very easy. So part B should be facing this way and installed like that. Part C should be facing that way. Step number 4 is then to add the other long piece like this. Orient it that way. Place that piece going across like so. Wow, that feels pretty solid. Step number 5 is to add the wheels. So let's get our 2 wheels here. That's a bit unfortunate that the wheels don't turn. Oh well. It appears as if we install these in that orientation. These look identical. So I'm going to put this one here and this one here. I'm surprised it doesn't click in or something, but they feel pretty solid in there. Step number 6 is to put the wheels onto the axle there, the larger spindled wheels. Oh yeah, okay. How cute. Oh my goodness, look at those wheels. They're so cute. So we've got our wheels there. It's really a shame that these don't move. That would be neat if they moved. Step number 7, this is where our sign comes in. Insert our sign into those 3 holes there, like so. And step number 8, we get our rail, this piece here. So checking out the holes here, we have 2 full circles here, and here it almost looks like a half circle. Looking at this piece, these are circles, and this is like a half circle. So that's how I'm going to install it here, and it slips right in there. Step number 9, oh, look at that handle. How cute. Okay, so that's this piece here. Oh my goodness, how fancy. I love it. It's so cute. I'm going to orient it in the same directions as I see on the instructions and insert that. I guess it directs downward. So we've got our handle there. Step number 10, we've got these 2 hooks here, which are these tiny pieces there. Ooh, these can get lost very easily. They're so small. Just inserting that into the back here. Insert that into the back there. Step number 11 is that piece there. And I think it's this one because it's got the biscuit shapes cut out here. So that's how the shelf goes in. Step number 12, build this stand here. Okay, so here we have our 2 pieces for the top and the bottom of the stand. And then I'm going to grab these spindles here, which will be our legs for the stand. And then this final piece, which appears to go here. And again, there's a notch here. There are notches in the holes, so you want to make sure that you insert this in the correct orientation. These spindle parts are pretty much symmetrical, so it doesn't appear to matter which way they go in. Okay, so there we have that. And then this final piece, our base, we'll just place all the spindles and just carefully squeeze until all the spindles are inserted. Oh, neat. Okay. So that was step number 12. I think that's it. And so we have our little trolley, which is super cute. Oh, except it's rather short. I would have thought it would have at least come up to the height of our Miniverse kitchen counter here, but it's quite a bit below that. It looks very small. I was expecting it to be like maybe about that tall. Yeah, about the height of our Miniverse kitchen counter. Okay, but with that done, we can move on to this part of the set. I love the graphics on this box. I don't think there's anything behind it, though. I think it just serves as decoration and protection for the contents. Put that aside and take a look at what we've got here. So this part just lifts off like a cover. And here we can take a look at all of our goodies here. Let's start off with this stand. It looks just like the stand that came with our sugaring skulls. And then we've got a couple of adorable apothecary jars here and a tray. Let's open this apothecary jar. Got this tiny piece of tape that is tricky to get off. There we are. Oh, it's leaving a little bit of residue on there. That's going to be difficult to remove, I think. That's a little unfortunate. It's stuffed with paper shreds. So we've got a tall one and we've got a shorter one here. Oh, this piece of tape goes almost to the bottom of the jar here. Gonna try and remove it without leaving sticky residue on there. Oh no. So the sticky residue is still on there. And then here we have another tray with another awesome apothecary jar that I absolutely love. Look how cute that is. Unfortunately, if you want to take the paper shreds out and replace it with some Miniverse Honeydukes candy that you make, you have to take these pieces of tape off. And unfortunately, no matter how careful I am, they leave that sticky residue behind. That's really unfortunate. Gonna have to figure out how to remove that. Okay, so there we have another awesome apothecary jar. And then we have a bottle of Honeydukes milk chocolate sauce resin. And we have another awesome tray. It appears to be the exact same size as the previous one. And oh, except they're not as deep as the trolley. We've got a couple of little jars here. One says toppings, cherries. How does this come off? Maybe it screws off. Yes. So that is a jar with a screw top lid and it's got a little knob on the top. And then here we have another jar of sprinkles in pink. Opening it up, we've got our typical Miniverse sprinkle lid there. We have a tub of Honeydukes no melt ice cream, but it's empty. I guess that's because these are our ice creams there. Here we've got an absolutely adorable ice cream cone stand, and then we've got our cones. So I guess there's a large cone here, and then we've got our smaller cones to go on the side. And then the ice creams will go in there. Okay. I wonder what these cones are made of. They're flexible. So here's our instructions for the no melt ice cream. Step number 1, I guess we put our cones into the cone stand. Step number 2, add the ice cream to the cones. Step number 3, add the milk chocolate sauce to the top of the cones. And then step number 4, add the cherries and the sprinkles. And step number 5, cure for 5 to 10 minutes. What I think I'm gonna do first is secure this ice cream into the cone. So I'm gonna line the inside of that cone with a bit of that resin and then stick our ice cream in there. I want it to stay as straight as possible. Okay, and I'm gonna hit it with the UV lamp here. I'm just trying to cure around it, just to tack it in, because I don't want this to move around on me when I'm working on it. Okay, so I think I've got it tacked down there. I'm gonna put that to cure under my UV lamp off camera. While I've got that one curing, I'm gonna go ahead and work on these other ones. So here's the first one, and it does feel fairly secure on there. Before I go ahead and add more of my chocolate resin, I'm going to open up my cherries here, just so they're easier to get to. And I'm going to open up my sprinkles and have that ready with a large bowl here. And I'm going to try and add some drips going along there like that and covering the top here. I think that looks pretty good. And then I think I'll add the cherries first here. Okay, so there's one cherry. Here's another cherry and another. Let's try and get one more on there. Maybe get one on the very top here. Maybe we add a little bit more chocolate here. Spread it out with my toothpick. My cherries just keep like moving. My no melt ice cream is melting all over the place. And then, since my bowl got dirty, I'm going to use one of my capsule bottoms here just to catch the sprinkles here, which are actually not that difficult to control. Get a little bit more here. These sprinkles do seem kind of smaller than the usual sprinkles. Okay, so now that that's hopefully cured a little bit, I'm going to put this in my holder and give it a full cure off camera. I'm going to repeat the process with this second cone. Okay, so there we've got our chocolate syrup. And now I'm going to add the cherries again. That's a lot of cherries on one ice cream. Get these sprinkles on so that we can lock everything in with our UV lamp. These cherries, they just keep sliding down. All right, I'm going to cure that off camera before everything slides down again. So we're just going to decorate this last no melt ice cream. And then we can add our cherries as we've done with the other two. Oh no, we've got cherries running all over the place again. Dang nabbit. Okay, oh no. Hurry up and get my sprinkles on there. And I'm going to cure that off camera. So there's our third and final ice cream cone. Get them all on the stand here. Okay, so there we have our no melt ice cream. Just interesting to note, these sprinkles seemed finer than the ones we've received in the Miniverse before. And I do think they are much finer than the usual Miniverse sprinkles. Definitely going to keep those handy the next time I need pink sprinkles. So now that we've got our no melt ice cream done, we can take a look at our goodie bag of packaging pieces. This is what I have been looking forward to, folks. So these boxes here look like they're already made and ready to go. Let's see if they open. Oh, and they do. So these are chocolate frog boxes. No chocolate frogs in there. I have more Honeydukes capsules to unbox, so I haven't seen the chocolate frogs yet, but I'm wondering if these are the same boxes. They're very detailed. And then we've got these adorable little Honeydukes bags that look like they actually open. Pretty sweet. They're pretty tiny. Not at all in the same scale, but cute nonetheless. Hang those on the side of the trolley here. Looks like we've got maybe 4 of these bags. Next thing we have are these large pastry boxes, which are neat. They look like they would be pastry boxes, but I guess you could put anything in them. So there's one of those boxes. And then here we have another box. It says Fiery Black Pepper Imps. Okay. Pretty adorable. These boxes are very sweet. I love them. It's a really nice detail that they've added to the set. It just adds that little bit of realism. We've got some cauldron cake boxes. I wonder if these are what the actual boxes for these products look like. Look at that. I mean, it seems to me that you'd actually be able to use them. Really, really cute. We've got something called the glacial snowflakes melt in the mouth. And all of these boxes are printed on this very, very high gloss, almost like photo paper. Is that adorable or what? The addition of these boxes just makes it so much more realistic, and it makes it look very copious. So the trolley is a bit on the small side, but these boxes kind of make up for how small the trolley is. Even if there's nothing in them, it adds so much to the display. Okay, so my trolley is getting pretty crowded here, and I've got a couple of jars left. So remove these bottles of resin from my cabinet and replace those resin bottles with these adorable jars. So here's the completed cart with all of the goodies on it. And I have my petite Barbie here, and as you can see, while the ice cream cone is probably too big, the cart is really quite small. It barely reaches her knee here, and this is a petite Barbie. So she's actually about an inch shorter than Barbie. This trolley is about 3¼ inches high, the right height for a chair or stool. The trolley itself might be appropriate for dollhouse scale. The accessories themselves would be maybe 1/6 or 1/5 scale. Here's the tub of ice cream with my Barbie. Looks a little large. And there you have it, Miniacs. We put together the Miniverse Make It Mini Honeydukes Trolley, which included some no-melt ice cream cones and a variety of super fun mini Honeydukes packaging pieces. Although the trolley itself might be best suited for 1/12 scale, all the other pieces could feasibly work for Barbie-sized dolls. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Diva Diorama. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And speaking of fun, remember, going old is unavoidable, but growing up is optional. So do something fun today. Until next time, bye.